Hi, I'm Bonnie Barker with BonnieBabeCrochet.com, and today I want to show you how to make the Easy Shell Trellis Summer Scarf. This is made using 100% cotton, and I'll be getting to that in just a minute. But before I do, if I could ask you to hit that subscribe button, that way you won't miss any projects coming your way. And I got a lot of nice things lined up for the fall and getting into the winter months, so you don't want to miss those. Well, for this project, let me show you. This is an infinity scarf, which simply means that it's one big loop. If you don't want to make it as one big loop, but just want to make it as a long scarf with two ends, you're free to do that. Just don't follow the finishing directions at the end. And you know, it easily doubles and can really add a pop of color to any outfits you have, whether casual or even a little more on the formal side. This is an easy project. If you're an absolute beginner and you're not real confident on your basic stitches, you might want to pass for now. But if you know how to do the single crochet, the double crochet, the starting chain, and just chains in general, and the slip stitch, then you've got all the tools in your toolbox to give this little scarf a try. It is basically a 4-row repeat. Once you get past row 6, it's just repeating 4 rows over and over again. The rows go quickly, the scarf grows quickly, and I think with some fun color yarn, you'll find this a pretty rewarding experience, both making it and wearing it. Well, anyway, let's go ahead. Let me show you what I used for this project.
For this project, you're going to need 1 ball of the Queensland Collection Great Barrier Reef yarn. This is a number 2, which is a fine, or what we call sport weight. This is 100% cotton. This particular ball has 273 yards or 250 meters. It's 3.52 ounces or 100 grams. Now, if you don't have this type of yarn available in your area, no problem at all. Just look for a yarn that's 100% cotton. They also have some yarns that are like 50-50, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, which also work well. But the key here with this lacy scarf is that it's a fine weight yarn, and this is going to be kind of important that you stay away from the thick number 4 yarns for this project, just so it'll be a nice light scarf for the late summer and early fall. I'm also recommending that you use a size G or 6 or 4.50 crochet hook, and also your handy dandy yarn needle for hiding the loose ends. When we're finished, there are only going to be a couple, but it's always nice to have this little guy on hand. One more thing to add to that list is a handy dandy pair of scissors so that you can cut your loose ends when needed. Let's go ahead and begin with our slip knot. After that, let's go ahead and chain 39. Now, I like to do this in increments of 5 so that I don't lose count. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 39 chains. Now that we have our 39 chains, we're ready to start row 1. Now row 1 is very important because it's a foundation row. Also, it's a little tricky because we're working in the chain base here. So, and it is unique. This is the only time we're going to work this row. Okay, so to start, we are going to work 2 double crochets in the 3rd chain from hook. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to work 2 double crochets just like that. Okay, after we do that, we are going to skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we're going to single crochet in the next space. Okay, after we finish that, we are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 5 chains on our foundation chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to work, a single crochet in that next stitch. And stop. Let me show you what you should have here. Okay, Now we are going to skip 2 chains and get some more yarn pulled out here. We're going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and in this next chain right here, we're going to work 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 2 more stitches on the foundation chain, 1, 2, and then we're going to single crochet in that next stitch. So let's go ahead and pause. Let me show you what you should have here. Okay, now that is our repeat. We're going to repeat that across the row. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do another chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in that next stitch. Let me just show you here that I have skipped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just verifying that for myself, and I have 5 chains there. Okay, now we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in the next stitch we're going to work 5 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip 2 stitches here, 1, 2, and then a single crochet in that next stitch. Okay, I think we can do this maybe one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to single crochet in this next stitch, just like that. Now in the last chain, we're going to actually skip 2 more. We just have that last chain. We're going to work 3 double crochets in that space. 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and let's take a good look at this. Oops, let me try that again. So you have kind of half a shell at the each end, and then a full 5 double crochet shell, 2 of them in the middle, and then you have chain 5, chain 5, chain 5. So make sure your piece looks like this before we go any further. If not, it might be worth, trying it again. All right, let's go on to row number 2. I'm going to go ahead and turn and chain 1. We're going to single crochet in the first single crochet, just like that. Now we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put 1 single crochet in this chain space. You don't have to work in the chain itself. Just do that single crochet over the entire chain, just like that. Okay. After that single crochet over that chain, we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to single crochet in the third double crochet, which should be the center double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, the third or the middle double crochet, just like that in the middle. And we're going to do that across the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, single crochet over that chain 5 from the last row, chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to single crochet in the 1, 2, 3, the third double crochet of that cluster should be right in the middle. And then do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, single crochet in that chain 5. Okay, now when we get to the end, we are going to do another chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to find the chain 2, which is right here, of that initial turning chain, and we're just going to do a single crochet there. Okay, so now we're done with 2 rows. Let's take a peek at what we have here. Doesn't look that exciting yet, but I promise you it's going to be a lot of fun once you get this established. Okay, so now we're ready for row number 3. Go ahead and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to single crochet in this first chain just like that. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. You see this little single crochet here, which is the very next thing? We're going to work 5 double crochets into that stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to work a single crochet into the next chain. And you can see by doing this, it kind of directs the shape of the chain, which is pretty cool. All right, now we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to skip this single crochet, and we're going to put a single crochet right here in this next chain 5. Okay, so we just made another little arch. Also, I'll show you in just a second how these shell clusters are going to be alternating. So now we get to the next single crochet. It's kind of in between these clusters. Go ahead and work 5 double crochets in that single crochet. Okay, after we do that, whenever you do a cluster of 5 double crochets, you're going to follow it up with a single crochet in that next chain space, that next chain 5 space. Now we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space, followed by another 5 double crochet shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to follow that with a single crochet in that chain 5. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to put a double crochet in that single crochet to end the row. So let's go ahead and take a look what you should have now. Notice that on row 1 you have 2 full shells and then 2 half shells. In the next row, or actually row number 4, you're going to have, so wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, I'm sorry, that's row number 3. You have 3 full shells. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to point with my pinky there. Okay, well, let's go on to row number 4. I'm going to turn, I'm going to chain 1, we're going to single crochet in that first double crochet, I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to single crochet in the third double crochet, 1, 2, 3, or it would be the center double crochet of that cluster. And we're pretty much going to do this, alternate between that and putting a single crochet in these chains. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in that chain 5, chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you're going to be counting to 5 a lot in this pattern. And then in the third double crochet, we're going to single crochet, and that's the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5, single crochet in that chain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in that third double crochet of the cluster, and then one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we single crochet in that last chain. And this is what you should have after 4 rows. I'm really enjoying this color changing, and just love this aqua color. All right, so now we're ready for row number 5. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be similar to what we did on row 1. We're going to work 2 double crochets in that first stitch, that first single crochet, and then we immediately work a single crochet in that turning, not the turning chain, the chain 5 here. Okay, now we chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the next chain 5, and then we're ready to work a 5 double crochet shell right here in that single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in that chain, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the next chain. Now we're ready for 5 double crochets in that single crochet. 1, 2, let's get some more yarn here, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then we single crochet the next chain 5, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in the next chain 5, and now we get to this part. We just double crochet 3 double crochets in that last single crochet. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, we have one more row, actually, from this point on, row 6 until the end of the scarf, we are simply going to repeat rows 2 through 5. I'm going to go ahead and do row 6, which again is a repeat of row 2, just so you understand what's happening here. Let me also say that for our purposes of crocheting this will be the back side and this will be the front side. Notice that whenever you work the double crochets, the front sides are always going to be showing. Okay, when the back side is facing, you're primarily going to be crocheting the rows with the chains and the single crochets. Okay, so that hopefully will help you. And another thing to keep in mind is the shell stitches alternate. Okay, see how they are, see if I can get my camera to focus. Okay, sorry about that. Working with an older camera, and I'm looking forward to upgrading it at some point soon, but have some focus issues once in a while. Okay, so the shells should alternate. So I just want you to be careful to watch that, because it's easy to kind of be going along and just forget about that and then make a mistake. All right, well, let's go ahead. This will be row number 6, which is actually a repeat of row number 2. We single crochet in that first stitch, then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next stitch, and then chain 5. Single crochet in that center double crochet of the shell. And we're going to do that all the way across. Chain 5, and then single crochet in the chain, chain 5, and single crochet in that double crochet, the central one, chain 5, single crochet in that chain 5 space, and then chain 5, and then we're going to single crochet in the top chain. And let me show you something here. I like to grab 2 strands to crochet around rather than 1. That's just my preference. It's not a hard and fast rule or anything. Okay, so I'm going to turn, and this will be row 7, but it's simply a repeat of row number 3. Okay, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. single crochet in that first chain, and then we're going to work 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, single crochet and then next chain, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain space, next chain 5 space, double crochet 5 double crochets in that single crochet. I'm speeding up a little bit just because you know what to do. I'm just trying to hasten it along a little bit. Should you ever need to slow me down, like I've said in videos in the past, but for those of you who don't know, I totally understand. There's a little icon right here on your computer. It looks like a little gear. If you click on that, you can click the speed you want. If you're using a cell phone, most cell phones have it up in the upper right hand corner. Those of you who are watching the left-handed version, the computer thing is going to be down on this side. It's going to be up here. So there are 3 vertical dots up in the right-hand corner. If you click on that, you can select replay speed, and you will be able to control the speed in which this video or any video actually plays. Okay, so after those 5 double crochets, single crochet in that chain 5 space, chain 5, single crochet in that next chain space, and then 5 double crochets, in that space there, and then single crochet in that chain space, and then we're going to do 2 chains, 1, 2, and a double crochet. So just keep in mind that row is always a little bit different when we end this particular repeat. That would be the repeat of row number 3. Well, I'm going to just have you go ahead and repeat rows 2 through 6 until you reach the length that you would like on the scarf, or basically until the yarn just about runs out on your ball of yarn there. Okay, I have completed 156 rows. An easier way to count this, if you just count the rows with the shells, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 78 of them, okay? There's nothing magical about these numbers. This is just where my yarn has taken me, and I wanted to show you just some of the lovely colorway that's coming out of this. I'm really enjoying working these short rows with the color changes as they are, and I think this particular pattern is really going to feature these colors well. The colors are actually a deeper color than what you're seeing right now. I'm going to try to deepen it when I edit this video, but I will say that the colors are pretty stunning with this particular yarn. And I'm really excited that it's cotton, so I'll be able to wear it right away, not have to wait until the weather turns cold. And it also, because of the colors, I'll be able to wear it in the autumn, those in-between phases where it's not quite cold, but it's not quite hot either. Well, anyway, go ahead and work that across. If you don't want to work it as long as this is, work this scarf until you get the length that you prefer, and then I will show you how to connect this all up together. Okay, I've ended my scarf on a repeat of row number 3, which was actually the last row that I demonstrated for you. And I'm going to pull that yarn up just a little bit. And I'm also going to put the front sides, with the front side facing, put them together like this. And you can see my scarf is nice and flat. There's no twists or turns in the scarf. That's just kind of the way I like to do this. And so I'm going to actually turn this side that I just worked, or this row that I was just working, is in the back side of me. I'm going to chain 1, and this is the very first row we worked. So what we're going to do, this might be a little bit tricky for a beginner, but it's a good time to learn that slip stitch. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work the slip stitch all the way across in the chain. Okay, I'm going to put my hook in these 2 loops here, and then I'm going to put my hook in the last stitch worked, and we do slip, stitch. Okay, we're going to do that carefully across. You can just go in 2 loops or 1. It's really your choice. I'm going to go in 2 just to make it a little bit stronger. Okay, put it through both pieces of the fabric, the beginning part and the end part. Slip, stitch, and grab the next one. I'm doing this very carefully and meticulously because I want this to look really good. The stitch also tends to be pulled really tight when you do this, so make sure that you try to loosen the tension just a little bit. I'm still having a hard time getting it in there. There we go. Slip, stitch. So you don't want to pull these so tight that it's pulled in this row. Okay, stick the hook in there, and in the next chain, slip, stitch, and we're going to just do this all the way across. If you prefer to do this with a yarn needle like this, and trim a long piece of yarn to do this, that would be fine. Actually, you don't even have to cut the thread from here. Just go ahead and continue what you're doing here. I mean, some people prefer that. I actually prefer to slip stitch things together. I think it gives it a little more strength, and I just prefer that over hand sewing personally. Okay, now this is the important part. Okay, when you get to this section here, you want to make sure that this is falling in between. Okay, these let me go ahead and take a look at the scarf. Okay, see the way these shells have alternated all along? Well, when you connect this, and you may even have to skip a chain here or there, but make sure that this single crochet here lines up with this opening here, so that they continue the alternated pattern, and that way it will be harder to see where the seam is. You see what I'm saying here? Like this particular single crochet should line up with the center of this shell. Okay, make sure that happens. This single crochet here should end up in the middle of this chain on the 3rd chain. So in case your stitching gets off a little bit, I mean, no one's going to know if you just have to skip a chain here or there, or even double dip in a particular chain, to make the evenness happen. It'll just be our little secret, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and finish slip stitching this all the way across, and then I will show you what I have when I'm done. After working the slip stitch all the way across the row, let me show you. It's not the prettiest slip stitch in the world, but it's going to be on the back side and hidden, and it is multicolored. I would not let that worry you 1 minute. Okay, and then go ahead and pull a chain, pull it tight, and then we want to clip our yarn. I already clipped it. Okay, and pull it on through and give it a tug, and this is our connecting point. And notice how it continues. Again, it continues the lace pattern from this side. You shouldn't see hardly any of that at all. Okay, it is a little different from the regular pattern there, but wearing it in a scarf, it should be hidden quite well. We do have a little bit of work left here, and let's go ahead and get our handy dandy yarn needle. We have all of about 2 threads here to hide, unless you had some problems with knots in your yarn. I think I had 1 with this particular scan, which is actually pretty good. So now I'm just going to run this under the stitches as best I can. It's going to be a little trickier here because it's lace. I'm just going to kind of weave it in and out, kind of go in and out the window, as the old childhood song says. Just kind of go in and out, back and forth for, I don't know, for several stitches until I'm satisfied, because I just want to make sure that this thread does not come out in any way, shape, or form to make my scarf come undone. Okay. I think that's actually pretty good. I've gone about an inch worth of stitches. Go ahead and give it a clip close to your work, but don't cut your hard worked on stitches there. I've got one more strand to hide. I'm going to go ahead and hide that, and then I'll show you what we have here.
Well, thanks for joining me. My scarf is all done and ready to wear, and I'm real excited to be able to just pull this out and put it with some of the, the more casual items that I like to wear. It really does kind of dress things up a little bit. Well, anyway, if you like this project, can you just please hit that little thumbs up if you would, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do that so that you don't miss any of the offerings that I have coming your way. Thank you guys for joining me. God bless. Bye-bye.